The Gorecast is brought to you by American Horrors, the greatest uncut horror channel in the world. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all horror. As well as the station of decapitation without your...
America's longest running horror channel, www.withoutyourhead.com.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Hey, everyone. I'm seeing issues of the thing being jumpy. I thought that was just here. It's very hot in Ireland, and Irish internet, I don't think we're just going to write this down.
My internet was gone for an entire...
Irish internet isn't designed to function at these temperatures, and I don't think it's doing a very good job. That's what's going on.
Dude, mine was gone from 2:30 last night to, I think, about 2:30 today. So, yeah, just down, gone.
Jesus. God, I shuddered the thought, actually. I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, I had to park up outside your house for like a half an hour and steal your internet this morning.
Which is son of a bitch. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Gorecast here on Sunday. I'm Johnny Deadly, that's the Goose. And we got it's all new movies.
Yes.
All new movies. None of you have seen them. Well, maybe some of you have seen them.
I doubt it. They're
Possibly.
fairly new. I don't even think they're out yet.
Well, we have people from other podcasts and
Very good point, actually. Fair point. I forgot about that.
they see these things.
Yes.
All new movies in this ridiculous heat with all of the lights. I am warning you, audience, there's a very good possibility you will hear me repeatedly say during the night, fuck me, it's hot.
And also possibly turning into a puddle of, base elements from being melted. Okay, as we were saying, we got 3 new films up for you this week. All of them.
Thank you very much for approving us there, Neil Jones.
Yeah,
If you happen to be listening.
Oh, yes. There's one from Wild Eye, one from High Octane Pictures,
Yep.
and...
One from some guys we'd never heard of. By God, did they make a good sci-fi movie.
Yeah, they did! Not gonna lie, right? 2 of the films, they fit firmly into the old horror category, and the third one...
Not so much.
Yeah, it's a decent, dark cyberpunk film, is the best way of putting it.
Yeah.
But it's put together really, really well.
I'll tell you what, it's good enough that we're reviewing it on the bloody show.
Yeah.
Horror show.
Yeah.
Cyber actors, dark elements.
Plus, it's actually, like, the...
If you wanted to view it as a horror, I would imagine you'd view it more as one of those tech kind of horror, sci-fis, a la Black Mirror kind of vibe.
Yeah, I was thinking... I don't know why I was thinking Johnny Mnemonic.
I don't know where you were thinking Johnny Mnemonic either.
I don't know. Popped into my head there for some strange
But
reason.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. But it's the mind jacking.
Existence, I think it's more.
No.
Humanity.
No.
Existence is more up that alley, except it's more of a bioorganic computer thing. Opposed to it just being a straight up USB cable plugged into your head. But it's not a USB cable. Literally.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a plugging in so much as an insertion. But yeah, that's for later.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's for now.
Oh, I thought we were...
No, we said we should probably, it being a horror show, end on the horror movie.
Okay.
And then one of our horror movies, we didn't have a trailer.
Yeah.
But in replacement for that horror movie, we have a trailer for something, which would be very to make up for lack of premieres.
Yeah.
And things like that.
Okay, so if we're going to the second one, Mad Genius basically is it's how can I put it? Sort of like a Jekyll and Hyde story. When Mason decides that he's going to solve...
I love via Fight Club.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. When Mason decides he's going to solve the human problem by hacking the human mind and basically reprogramming humanity itself.
Yeah, because humans are nothing but a disease.
As we have continuously pointed out on this show, ad nauseum.
And has been a running theme in a lot of the movies.
It's almost
like
like...
the Slipknot song.
Yeah. They're gonna go out shit. It's almost like, movie filmmakers are trying to tell us something. But anyway, Yeah, Mason decides that the best way to go about things, because
That's a very dark turn to take so early into the show, I gotta say now.
it's a horror show, so they should all be dark turns. Dark and bloody.
Yeah, but we're funny though.
Yeah, that doesn't mean they can't be funny.
Waka waka. Okay, yeah, no, cool, that's fine.
No.
I just thought.
Let's put a little smile on your face.
I just thought calling out every film director at the start of the show.
I wasn't calling out every film director.
Said it's like the film directors are trying to say something.
Yeah, that humanity is a disease. They're trying to tell us that, we need to stop being wankers all the time.
Cool. That got really hot really quick, didn't it?
Because you just drank tea or coffee or something?
No, it's just water.
Oh dear.
It's just water.
Oh dear. That can't be good.
That was cold before we started running the credits.
Oh. Anyway,
I wish we had an actual thermometer, or like a barometer for.
you just want to see the
I just want to see how bloody hot it is specifically in here right now, because it says it's like 22 degrees outside. Which
we are still in the slipstream of your fan right now, and it's pretty bad.
It's hot as hell.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not, that's more of a dry heat.
Someone's actually going to stick a fork in me before the end of the show.
I don't have a fork. Anyway, intent on hacking the human psyche, super hacker Mason, aka Mr. Vex, or is it Fix? Mr. Vex, that's it.
Mr. Vex with a V.
V, yes. Goes out of his
Like
way.
sex,
Yes.
but they have it with a C. But this is with a V.
Anyway,
Or to anger.
or to anger.
Yeah, to vex.
Ah, yes, actually. That's Vex.
Oh my god, damn vexing kids. Right, get out of my garden.
Anyway,
We're in the wrong country, unfortunately.
we're in,
Trespassers, they're coming right at us.
I'd like some farmers.
Yeah, touche.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm going to jump back here. You talk for a sec. I want to see where we jump you on this side as well.
okay. Intent on hacking the human psyche, Mr. Vex takes on this journey into a really, how can I put it, drug-fueled neon cyber world of hackers gone wild, whereby this little commune has decided to throw away the rules
It's
of
like The
society.
Matrix meets Hackers meets Fight Club
Yeah, because
meets... There's another kind of vibe in there. No, those do.
Jekyll and Hyde.
Yes, Jekyll and Hyde, yeah.
When it comes to it's always good when you're able to compare a film to a piece of classic literature, mainly because often the best films take inspiration or directly rip off classic literature, because there's a reason that they're called classic,
That's a fucking valid point right there.
And as I said, Mad Genius clearly takes some amount of inspiration from the idea, because they didn't
Do
rip
that
off
again.
inspiration from certain.
Is that a new thing?
No, it's an old thing. One always takes inspiration from great works.
No, I mean, you're...
Well,
Is this a new thing?
I was trying to differentiate between inspiration.
Do I need to adjust to this?
No, you're great.
It's off kind of deal.
I was just trying to differentiate between being inspired by something and blatantly ripping it off.
Gotcha. Good.
Yeah.
It was just that I wasn't expecting that. To be
I
honest,
wasn't
I don't know why it
expecting
shocked
it
me so much.
I don't know. Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
But anyway, Mason has set out to map and quantify the human mind, and while he's working on the code for it, or more accurately, he's browbeating Zip, a fellow hacker, into working on the code for it. He also needs to get his hands on a very important piece of technology, which unfortunately recently went missing. Well, was recently taken after its inventor was killed by.
I've got a very specific set of skills.
Yes, and in this case, the specific set of skills lead to a super legendary hacker known as Eden killing the inventor of this brain scanner and taking the doohickey.
Tell you what, he's a nasty bollocks.
Yes, he is.
He is.
And he's played by a very famous actor whose name, there it is, Farhan Tahir. He is in buttloads of stuff. He's in Iron Man,
Nice.
and he's in Star Trek, and he's
It's
in...
funny how he's in Iron Man actually, because his little doohickey was very Iron Man reminiscent.
It was, yeah.
A little bit, until you're like, oh, that's not a phaser blast, it's just discombobulating his brain holes.
I thought it was supposed to be a sonic disruptor, disrupting molecules.
I think
using-
because everyone seems to have these computers.
Yeah, it's a
There's
digitizer.
one of the issues that's with this movie, but is also one of the issues with
Cyberpunk stuff in
nearly,
general.
is there's certain jumps of technology that they just run on the assumption you'll be able to fill in the blanks on.
Yeah.
Now, in their defence, the really complicated shit, technology-wise, did get a bit of a skim over.
Yeah, and they do make attempts at explaining exactly how they're going to do the process, such as mapping the brain, why they need the code to decipher the brain, and what their intention is.
Yeah, so the really gnarly shit does get a good...
Yeah, it's just...
I wouldn't call it an in-depth explanation, but enough that you get a gist of what's going on.
Yeah, it's just that with cyberpunk stuff, there is always that certain thing whereby you have to go into it and you have to accept the fact that you're not going to understand all the terms straight away, and you just have to go with the flow and accept the fact that at this stage technology...
Because sometimes the artwork also guides that kind of thing, going, how do those chips work? I don't know, man. They just look fucking cool.
No, it's the old adage. Sufficiently advanced technology is always going to look like...
I just run on the assumption, right, that because of the thing that happens with the thing near the end, which is why I'm tiptoeing around it.
Gotcha.
Leads me to believe that there's some sort of jack-in or USB device in the head, and also the headset that he uses has these little diodes that seem to clip in, the same as a la Geordie out of...
Yeah, but don't forget that device was invented specifically to actually to be a neural reader.
Yeah,
that was.
I feel that there's something to do. Well, otherwise he's just shoving a thing into a thing. I
yeah,
can't
but
really
hang on a second.
Shoving a doohickey into a whatchamacallit.
But we do see that he has done it before, and as a result, that's why it can now happen.
Yeah.
Remember the little foobar that led to...
Okay, well, maybe not everybody has the chips, but he's obviously got some sort of boot-in system.
There is clearly something that's never quite explained, whereby there is an interconnection between technology and biology.
Part of the reason, outside of the heat for everything, that we lost track and ended up being late is because we were actually arguing about this before the show and lost track of time.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. As you can tell, we are both sci-fi heads, and when it comes to this stuff...
Which, in the defence of the makers of said movie, good fucking job.
Yeah.
Because I haven't argued about something like that with you in a good while.
Yeah. And it allowed for an interesting exploration. It's always fun when you get to watch a film that revolves around the notion of exploring the central character's inner workings and inner psyche. In this case, it's blatantly obvious because one of the very first things you're introduced to is the character of Finn, who you learn very early on, to be fair.
Even when you don't learn it, you can kind of really suss it pretty quick.
Oh, and the first time you see him, he blinks in and out.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's great. He's like a little digital Tyler Durden.
Yeah, exactly. And then it turns out he has so much more, and it's interconnected. And then when Mason finally puts certain pieces together, it all goes a little bit haywire because all of a sudden things that shouldn't really be able to touch stuff and interconnect with our world starts interconnecting with our world, and they decide, you know what, screw you for a tub of spin, I'm going to get drunk, and I'm going to eat cake, and I'm going to take drugs, and I'm going to ride women all around me. Because, woohoo, I'm a real boy now. And that's how life works. Remember you were saying it, there was that interesting little thing whereby...
Oh, real boy now. Sorry, I won't lie to you, I thought you said big boy now, and I was like, why the fuck is he quoting the Pampers advert? I was like...
No, more like Pinocchio, dude.
Yeah, no, don't ask me why. The song and everything went through my head. I'm a big boy now. I was like,
right. You know, funnily enough, I could actually imagine him walking out the door saying that.
Yeah, he's that kind of cat.
Yeah,
he's a groovy guy.
Like he'd actually this guy would probably say it in a sarky kind of way, and you'd find yourself kind of laughing about it. But yeah,
relatively good cast in this as well.
Yes, it's got
what's his face from.
It's got Farron Tahir, who, as I said, is in Warehouse 13, Star Trek, Iron Man, Supernatural,
it's got the girl,
24.
It's got the girl from Resident Evil.
Kmart from Resident Evil, Afterlife and Extinction, yes.
Yeah. It's got the guy
Finn,
from Insidious 2.
Has it? I thought it was Kmart was in Insidious 2.
Kmart? Was she in Insidious?
Lanchick is in... Oh no, she's in Insidious, The Lost Key or something like that. Maybe it was. I didn't think so. Your man Finn is Scotty. Yeah, Scotty from Eurotrip. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know.
That's one famous song sang by Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
I sing a song because I'm Matt Damon.
But yeah, it's
all good. Shane Ware needs to go to the hospital. What the fuck's going on? 1 minute.
We're missing conversations.
You know we value our fans when we stop in the middle. Sure. Hold on. Is Elaine going to the hospital to watch the show? I'm sure if you tell them 2 Irish lads to lay the entire show for you just to go to the hospital, they'll let you put it on inside the hospital chain.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you pop my hip in while I
Oh,
listen to headphones?
hang on, 1 minute.
Yeah. Is that not cruel? No.
I'm sure he'd get it. I'm sure he'd appreciate it.
I'm done with that.
Yeah. When's he going in?
I was going to say I have a really good Asian movie that'd fit that category, but
We already reviewed that one.
I know. That's why I was like, balls.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a good bloody movie too. I love that movie.
Yeah. Okay, so idea for possible show just popped into our heads there. Some of you may hate us by the end of it, one person in particular. Or he might think it's awesome.
You might too.
Yeah.
But I voiced the grievances straight away. Just let me know.
Yeah, I know. And then
As you all knew.
then I
Because I
laughed
was
like
like,
a
what the fuck are you?
maniacal little sadist that I am. Can't help it. That's what I do. Anyway, getting back on track.
Just pop it on preach.
Mad Genius, as I said at the top of the show, is basically this neon-coloured, drug-infused cyberpunk expedition into the darker part of the psyche.
Yeah.
Wherein, while you might at times have to kind of scratch your head and go, at the same time you're kind of going, you know what? We're gonna sweep away any stuff that I don't quite get right now, because all this other stuff is right on track and it's really good, and I'm enjoying what the story is.
get to human consciousness?
And
I prove that the human consciousness exists.
oh crap! What happens when the human consciousness decides it's
If I prove that the human consciousness exists, can I reach out and touch it?
more? Can I reprogram it so that I can make humans not be dicks anymore?
Yes. It's very similar to the end of The Flash, which Man's Endgame, the latest season. Where he's just going like, I'm going to wipe them all clean, and I'm going to reteach them from the scratch.
Yeah, he was going to hit the old
Control
Z, Control whatever.
Command
There's some jingle I can't
Shift.
remember. I'm not a
delete.
His smash
Shift,
computer.
delete. Command Shift delete. That's what it is.
I know.
Sorry, it's not command. Command on a Mac. Control Alt delete.
Yeah, there's some jingle. Control Z, Control something else. I don't know. Can't. Whatever.
Control Alt delete. Control Alt delete.
It's not
Control
that one.
Alt delete.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun. Control Alt delete.
Hard before hard. That would be okay.
I am an ex-hockey player. Oh. Why do people play hockey?
Because you get to murder other real on ice.
Yeah, everyone we know that's played hockey's got murdered.
Sorry, I was just remembering a line from Leverage. You sit down and you watch ice hockey games at night. Why? Never know when you have to fight somebody on the ice. Ah, Elliot, you were awesome. Yeah. Grip with your toes.
On the ice.
Well, if you can, yeah.
I would be all about slide and pull the legs out from underneath them and then just flail around in the ground and hopefully get on top.
I'd be worried that the slide turns into a flail a hell of a lot quicker than you might anticipate, and as a result, you just get stopped up.
I am much larger than you.
Yeah, I know.
I feel if I slide, there's a lot, the target's a lot smaller for me. For I am much larger man.
Yeah, but it's still you falling on your ass and flailing.
I was going baseball. Baseball slide. You know, I'm obviously wearing some sort of ski suit, so I don't rip my...
Did you ever see the time Chris Sabin broke his ankle twice?
In the same match?
No. Snapped his ankle doing a sliding dropkick. Came back in a match, snapped his ankle doing a sliding dropkick.
Yeah, but my sliding drop kick's only to get me into the slide.
I know, I'm just putting it out there.
After that, it's more of a bowling ball offensive. That's what I'm going for.
Okay. Or that's golf.
What I like to call the sliding Jesus.
Here comes sliding Jesus.
Yeah.
Nail gun.
Belly out, chin up, and you know, kind of like a seal. A seal the mammal, not a seal.
The singer.
Kiss from a rose.
I know, that's what popped into my head as well.
Hashtag that shit, people. Hashtag sliding Jesus.
So anyway, getting back to the film.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, basically Mad Genius is a very fun expedition into the psyche whereby, like I said, a couple of times you're going to have to suspend your disbelief and maybe scratch your old noggin and then go, you know what, screw it, I don't care that they didn't.
If there's any bit of
There's an
disbelief
exact
that you have, go off and watch Black Mirror, and then you'll come back up. That could probably actually happen. Everything I've seen in this movie could literally probably happen. Because Black Mirror makes you believe that a lot of things could probably happen.
I certainly believe that the Prime Minister would fuck a pig.
Because it did. Except they called it before that happened. Yeah. Strange. They were like The Simpsons.
Dude, there's often times when, TV shows, comics...
I'm sure the latest season had those tank dogs that were a real thing as well.
Yeah.
Jimmy,
you
can watch another episode we did on that.
Yeah.
There's no point getting more into that
It
one.
was scary.
Will we do a trailer?
Yes, trailer.
We'll do a little trailer. We'll do a trailer for Mad Genius. The trailer was highly impressive. This is silky smooth, by the way. Shot beautiful, looks beautiful. All the little special effects that they used, I thought, were appropriate.
Yeah.
Blended in nicely and nothing tacky.
I liked anytime Eden's weapon was used or anytime the glitching was done, that'll be explained when you're watching.
Yeah.
I liked that. It was...
Yeah, it was all very natural, I suppose. It all looked like it should... It looked like stuff that had just happened in that world. Nothing literally stood out as kind of hokey or anything to me. It was very slick as fuck, would be the words I'd use. Very impressed with this.
I think the fact that there is the rampant, quite frankly, drug use by the hackers helps to get you in the proper mindset for kind of going, okay, I can
Speaking of that, it's a good time to go into the trailer now.
Yes, it is.
Spliffway.
Finding out the code of consciousness, I'll be able to find out the original spark.
Original spark of what?
Of life. That's what I'm going to rewrite.
Why?
Because human beings are programmed to destroy everything.
But what if we're flawed for a reason?
We're just outdated.
You realize you would be playing God, right?
Who you been talking to, man?
Honestly, my imaginary projection.
We can change the entire world.
You know nothing about me.
I know everything about you. Mason talking to me is like talking to God.
You don't exist.
Do you believe mankind to be a vile creature? But to answer that question will destroy everything around us.
To fix humankind, I am going to hack the human mind.
And we're back to the studio. Indeedly. Because that was the end of the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, would you like me?
Thank you.
I'll just do this down here.
As you can see, Mad Genius, like we said, is a cyberpunk trip, is the best way to describe it, to be perfectly honest. From the very second the film opens up, you are introduced to this entire drug-infused hacker community, which just, like I said, goes flat out and kind of goes, you know what, here's a cyberpunk notion of hacking people's minds and meddling around with genomes based on, mapping them technologically speaking, and here's a bunch of really, really smart people that are thinking that the best thing they can possibly do is open up their minds with all kinds of mind-inducing hallucinogenics, and off they go to the races. And then there's self-experimentation, and that goes awry, and then there's people with devices that decide that they're going to try and melt your brain, and it's great fun. Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot to share this out to one or two places, so it is great fun.
Yeah. So that's going to be released on July 3rd.
July 3rd, if memory serves me correctly. Well, I'll do a double check before we end the show on all the dates.
Yeah.
Because I wrote that article very quickly today, so I didn't really embed any of the knowledge into the old brain like I usually do. Next up, we were going to do Dead House. Yes! This is really good, and I'm going to warn you up front that regretfully, due to some reason that I don't know, there's no trailer. And there's no finding the trailer for the love, no money on the internet. But it's a fucking good movie.
Yeah! I'm actually a little bit jealous because someone went along and put some of the story notions, let's say, that I had that ratting around in this brain, and there was a very good approach to a certain subject matter that I'll get into in a while, and I really appreciated the way they went with it, and I'm kind of like sitting there going, you gits, you put this on celluloid and you put it into a story before I got the chance.
Oh, actually, sorry, before we get full blown into the story, because we've been neglecting the chat feed all day. What's the best way to do this? Hi everyone, is the thing jumpy? Hi, it was jumpy. So we say, everyone say hello to Shane and Molly. We do the wave. Don't fucking wave before me.
Fuck you, motherfucker.
We do it together.
Huh.
There we go. That's that. Done. Mark Green's in. Hello.
Hello, Mark.
That's me. Hello, me. Martin Green is in.
Martin? Oh, yeah.
Hello, Martin. That's Shane. Tracy's in. Hello, Tracy.
Hello.
Tracy from Screen Radio. If you ever want some really cool creepypasta radio stories, horror interviews, all that kind of a shizzle, check that out. Screen Radio. Awesome. Orlith has joined. Welcome, Orlith.
Hello.
It's Orla, but we used to work together, so I slack her.
Only kids wear a leather jacket in 100-degree heat. Waistcoat. It's called a waistcoat, Katie.
Katie McNeil needs no introduction. Jelly's in. Hello, Jelly. Pammy Quinn's in. Hello, Pammy. El girlfriend. Caroline Hopkins, looking good, Johnny. Why, thank you. Martin Green. We already said hello. Alfred Froud. Gavin Rainbow. Hello, hello. And Darren McKenna. Hello, hello.
Hello.
There we go.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, and Pedro. Pedro Sad.
Hello.
Whew. It was good. That was a good rundown. Just before because otherwise we'll just forget that. Because that can happen sometimes. Once we get a chatting.
We're going to be chatting about this one.
Lordy. We're going to be chatting about this one. This was bloody good. I enjoyed this.
Yeah. The Dead House basically opens up strong and rather graphically, to be perfectly honest.
And then it continues to play on strong and rather graphically right through the middle. And then some shit happens. And then it continues to play on, believe it or not, actually stronger than it did in the middle and the start. And more graphically. And then continues on to a very fulfilling end. Which I'm so happy because you don't get that sometimes. Yeah? I know. And it was fucking great. I like, tear.
Yeah.
Good times.
Basically, how can I put this?
Watch this movie.
Apart from that.
Partially that. Indeed.
Two highly unscrupulous individuals and one younger brother that's clearly been dragged along because what else is he going to do, are going around and robbing, torturing and murdering very rich people because that's how they roll. One of these guys is...
I love the fact that there's no extra explanation to that either. It's just, that's how they roll. And then you meet them, and you're like, that is just how they roll, actually. They're those kind of dudes.
Yeah, one of them is...
fucking useless.
That's the younger brother.
Yeah, he's fucking useless. One of them is evil as fuck, but he's got
puppy.
brains on him.
Oh, and then there's the sick puppy. Testamento.
And Testamento is a sick puppy. He likes to do all kinds of fucked up shit.
Do we know the name?
He's like Baby from the Fireforce. I'm like, I like to get fucked up and do fucked up shit. That's Testamento.
Sorry, I was thinking of Baby. Anyway.
Foxy.
What you gonna do? Damn you. Anyway.
It's great. Also a great song. By a great man. And a great film director, contrary to what anybody says.
Yes, because he's freaking awesome.
He is awesome. He's like the Dr. Pepper of horror movies, I think.
So misunderstood?
Misunderstood.
Or you love him or hate him. No, it's Marmite.
Yeah. Isn't that kind of the same thing, just once put more politely?
Fair point. Anyway, getting back to this one. As I said, you have two unscrupulous mother fraggers and one kind of useless little brother who not only, as I said, do all these things, but they sink to my level of depravity when it comes to putting their victims through the utmost torment and torture possible.
I can testify to that as well. I've been on a double date with him.
Gleefully having the younger brother videotape their antics as they force people to basically do whatever the hell they want in a bid to humiliate and debase them before taking all they have and killing them, because, like we said, that's how these evil motherfuckers roll.
We're going to try and tiptoe around being overly descriptive, because pretty much every scene...
Dude, I'm just describing the opening scene of the film.
I'm saying to them, not to you.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But just due to the fact that nearly every scene is appalling, shocking, and absolutely graphic as...
But you see, that's just it.
Yeah.
One of the reasons that...
Thus, we don't want to give away anything, because it's all well worth it.
Okay. Briefly, right? There is a family. These evil bastards decide they're going to hit the family because they've been hitting families, and this house just happens to be next in line.
A nice, happy family.
On the surface.
On the surface.
Which is, you know...
This is what I like about this movie as well. There's depth. It's like an onion. I've got my crazy killers. I've got the other thing that we're not going to mention for the moment.
Yeah.
I've got my happy wife and my kids. But, get away over there. What
and it turns out...
How happy are we?
Well, perhaps not as happy as we think, considering the father is somewhat... We're not going to call him addicted to work, but let's just say he has an awful tendency of bringing it home.
If he could put work in a syringe and shoot it, he probably would. Rather neglectful, as in the family's always cared for, but neglectful as in so cared for that he's never there.
Yeah.
Shows up for dinner.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So man.
So 3 boys basically hit this family, and that is the crux of the story that we're going to go into as far as details, because this is so good, we actually don't want to take anything away from it at all. Okay? Needless to say, the lads hit the house, and it is not quite as they seem, and things do not go the way that they would normally expect, and this film does so many things really well.
It does. Number one, there's so many different kinds of genre styles that are blended into one movie here that ordinarily you could see them either coming a mile away or they just don't work because it's an odd thing to have happen.
Yeah.
And that kind of movie where guys go in to do a thing and then some other shit's going on has been done a million times and all that kind of thing. Whereas this, shocking the whole way through. It's so good at misleading you to one direction to the other.
You don't expect the leader of the group to be as articulate and intelligent as he proves to be, nor, well, I suppose you are expecting the maliciousness, but
he's got that Pat Butcher kind of head.
Man.
Yeah.
Here's
Pat Butcher.
Here's what impressed me about the film, right? We're going on about the graphic nature of the film, but here's the thing that you need to understand. It's not graphic nature insofar as if you were to sit down and watch Hostel, for instance, whereby there is sweet smeg all in the way of storyline, and the entire thing is designed to shock you with the physical gore and the physical torture
it's graphic
and the
more
physical violence.
In the way of like a Serbian film. As in some of the shit they try to get people to do to each other.
I was thinking graphic in the way that they approach psychological torture perfectly.
Yeah, that's what they do in the Serbian film.
Really? Because I thought the Serbian film was just torture.
No, they make them do a lot of fucked up shit.
But that's true as well.
And they try to make people do a lot of fucked up shit. Not to the same crazy level of stuff that you see in Serbian film, because that's a little out there.
At one point, as I said, I was watching this film and I was a little bit jealous of the writer being able to put forward some of the stuff that he did, just because his approach to how the leader of the gang uses psychology and uses really simple threats to cause his victims to betray themselves, I suppose is the best way of putting it.
He's very good at reading people like a book.
Yeah.
And making them sing like a lute.
And as a result, it puts... If you were to watch Hostel, as I said, the whole point of films like that is that your audience is supposed to be nervous. Your audience is supposed to get a certain sense of apprehension. They're supposed to basically not really want to continue watching. Or, you're sitting there kind of going, I don't really want to see the rest of this, but I can't look away. Take that aspect, right? Except without the fact that you have a bunch of blood and bodily parts shoved in your face.
Yeah. And
put it in the context of something that's actually really chilling. And that is a home invasion played out by truly despicable characters.
Yeah. Guys who aren't who getting your possessions and money is the secondary part of the process, really.
Yeah, they're there to have a bit of fun
and teach some people a lesson, or in some cases, they like letting someone wander off and have words to speak.
True enough, but it's all part of the psychological breakdown.
Yes, agreed.
You know, it's been a while since I've seen it's been a while since I've seen that approach being taken to the idea of unnerving an audience, rather than going with all out gore, rather than trying to make an audience, rather than going for the puke factor.
Yeah, it was verging more on nearly military torture level kind of stuff.
Yeah, this is more the creep factor. It's kind of, you're sitting there, you're watching, you start to feel uncomfortable. You're kind of like, oh, okay, this is, don't know quite where, or at least that's the effect it's supposed to go for.
Then certain members of the family drop a bombshell that makes you feel even more uncomfortable. Or what a time to drop it.
But as I said, part of what makes that evil bastard so good at what he does.
Oh, he could read that a mile away.
He didn't, but that's just it. He didn't. All he has to do is go on the basic human principle that everyone has something.
Yeah.
You got to push someone to the point where they give up that something, that knowledge, that one piece that only they know, and then
it's beautiful.
But anyway, and that's not even going into the other surprises.
Martin Green said, would you call it a modern Last House on the Left? To a certain degree, yes, but then it takes a fucking skew where it's not remotely like fuck. Even the people from Last House on the Left would be watching this going, Jesus Christ.
Now, as always, as always, there are going to be one or two drawbacks, but to be honest, with this film, I think there was only, apart from a slight bit of pacing insofar as the introduction of the family, you have to establish the teen angst thing with the elder son.
You do, and the teen angst thing establishes the whole weird dynamic with the dad and the rest of the family. But I do agree that little section was a bit long, but I also feel quite justified because there was stuff that happened that until the bombshell is dropped.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you look back at scenes in your head that you're like, oh, it all.
Now, apart from that, there is one other thing, and that is there is a scene later on in the film where people arrive at a location and they're trying to outrun something, and for some reason, somehow, that something has gotten there before them.
Yeah.
That had me kind of going,
because that's something
shouldn't have been able to outrun.
Yeah, that breakout from the place.
Yeah.
I love how we do this to ourselves sometimes because we don't want to give it away.
No, we don't. This film is so good. We're willing to talk in code to understand each other.
Myself and Giz are really into a film and we want you to go out there and buy it. It'd be a good time to plug the date. Go out there and buy it. I'll get the date in a second. Go out there and buy it whenever it's out. Go out there and buy it. It's definitely this month, if memory serves me correctly. Oh, it's out already, is it?
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, wait, no, 5th to the 6th. So it's out this week from Wild Eye releasing.
Yeah.
So when you do get to this, we will continue to talk about it a little bit more, but I do feel it's just in case you're wondering why we're so weirdly talking about stuff, it's just...
We don't want to ruin it.
We don't... This is so goddamn good. And everything, all of the little shocks and scares prime you for bigger shocks and scares that are happening at the start, and certain bombshells get dropped that up the tension to other levels in a different degree than you would expect. And a family's thrown through strife and they have to try and come together to fix things, and then there's the other little bit of seasoning that we're not telling you, but holy fuck sticks. I'm sure you're able to kind of ascertain from the poster there's some mad shit going on that I did. You can probably tell from the poster that there's some...
I'll be honest. Sat down to watch this film, had the barest notion of the synopsis, and that is, bunch of thieves break into a house, things go sideways, not exactly according to their plan.
Yeah.
I sat down and started watching it. I thought I'd have an idea in my head, and then the
opening scene.
Yeah.
I was like, holy moly.
This is that opening scene. I was sitting there going, well, I'm all of a sudden interested.
Yeah. He's big as fuck, and he's smart as fuck, and he's causing...
Well, that wasn't exactly. I was just thinking they're evil as fuck.
Testamento.
Yeah, he is.
He's got that voice. He's got that voice as well.
He really does.
I talk about everything like this.
Bueno, excelente.
Bueno, excelente.
You ever read Hitman? Tommy Monahan, DC character. There's a character, and that's actually... There could be a bunch of bad guys, right? This is actually what happened. Bunch of bad guys. They get the drop on him. one of them's trying to back away quietly, and just all of a sudden, out of an alley, you just bueno, excelente, and he just disappears into the alleyway, and it is everything that you think it is because he's a sleazy motherfucker. So yes, I feel that Testamento may have been a little bit influenced by Bueno Excelente from Six Pack. Crazy. Or Section 8, that was it. They were called Section 8.
That's all good. I think we've actually talked about this as much as we humanly can without giving away any of the intriguingly, fantastically interesting.
I know! I can't believe we mentioned that. Talk about all the other stuff.
That's why
I know, that's just
slowly pulling the plug on this a little more quicker than we ordinarily would, just due to the fact that you've got an overview. Some bad motherfuckers come into a house and the family who have a secret also, and then secrets and motherfuckers.
If you liked watching Hostel because you're a sick puppy and you thought that the torture porn aspect of things was awesome, then you're going to love this because it does it right! You don't need gore, you don't need prosthetic stuff, you just need to break somebody's mind, and you need to up the creep factor so that your audience is sitting there kind of going, I don't know if I want to keep watching this because this is starting to get disturbing and this is starting to make me feel a little bit weird because that's what a horror film's supposed to do.
I was expecting you to do The Man from Del Monte. What? I'd imagine it's our... Oh, I'd imagine it's our Testament. Does The Man from Del Monte sound like our Testamento impressions? Can anyone else shed some light on this for us?
He says these are good oranges.
Yes.
I can't remember The Man from Del Monte.
The Man from Del Monte.
He said
say
good.
yes.
That's it, he said yes.
He said yes. He said yes. No, I just have an itchy leg. I wasn't going for the... Jesus Christ, kiss.
Ad.
Oh yeah, we should probably explain the ad. Okay, so as a couple of you might have noticed, our premiere for American Horror's got slightly delayed
due to technical issues, which have been apparently resolved and
they've
quite
been
possibly beaten into
they've been semi-resolved. The Roku channel isn't back up and running yet, but should be soonish. And as far as I know, the American Horror's actual streaming on the website is up and running, or will be very, very, very soon. So we had a July 4th episode that we were going to have for July 4th. That was going to be a super special, but due to technical difficulties, we're going to use it as not our premiere episode, but as a little filler, a little taster, a little appetizer to wet the whistle. So this is
the ad for it.
This is another green screening delight for myself and Giz, where we take a trip through cinema, kind of.
Bonus points if you can figure out what we're doing.
Watch the movies.
No, if the idea.
Bonus points is you can figure out the movies, bar one of them because we very much tell you. And bonus points if you can figure out the overall.
It's bonus points for figuring out the overall thing. It's just points for figuring out.
Well, I'm asking for bonus points. The reason for the bonus points for the actual movies are because I think I'm wondering on one of them, will they actually get it?
Well, we're going to find out as soon as we play it.
I know. Okay, fine, Humpy.
What's up, Gorecasters? Myself and the Giz here on July...
I got this. Fair enough. Looking for suggestions on what to do on July 4th? Sick of trying to fend off ants while making hot dogs and looking at fireworks? Don't worry, the boys from the Gorecast got you covered. With our brand new green screen, we're going to show you the best tips on this horrible July 4th.
It's not really brand new. Anyway.
Damn it, Counselor! Damn it, say it! What was your obligation? What was your obligation to me?
This isn't really working, is it?
Yeah, no, I think we got this wrong, man. Yeah. You're the one with the tattoos, the big deal, everything like that. And here, on this July 4th, you shall go once again and fight for our freedom. Not just ours, but the freedom of everyone around the world, all of humanity. You shall go out, you shall prove that we will not die. We will not go quietly into this night. Today, we shall declare our independence. Huh. Smoke if you got him, folks. We're fucked.
There's also a very good option. for your July 4th weekend of going to watch I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Great. We're in I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yay. We're in I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Screw this, man. Let's just go kill some teenagers.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Got a hook.
That's nice, but I got...
Nice.
Right.
Onwards.
We had Martin Green in with Independence Day, like a shot.
Haha, well done, Martin.
Independence Day. I did a different backdrop to make it slightly harder for people to figure out which you get and it's slightly more anticlimactic as it happens.
Yeah, I suppose.
Than the actual movie. And there was no Will Smith in it. So, there's 2 other movies there, and technically a 4th.
Yes! The 4th would be the bonus points.
The 4th would be the one we'd be actually impressed. Although not super impressed, because if you don't get it. It's not a horror movie. We'll give you a clue that way. That'll be it. Okay, so last movie.
Yes, Ouija Seance, the final game. When Sarah, who is basically an art student studying in Italy doing art restoration, suddenly inherits mysteriously a chateau, she doesn't once realise that she's in a horror movie.
I don't know how we've done an entire episode in season 2 teaching you signs that you're in. I know you haven't seen it. When you do see it, we've been teaching you signs that you're in a horror movie and your crazy aunt / uncle / great grandaunt or any other mysterious relative that you've never contacted. No, she heard of the grandmother, she just never met her or had contact with her or any of that crazy shit. She was aware of her existence.
She was aware of the fact that she had a grandmother. That was it.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Her mother was supposed to have amnesia after...
oh yeah. I forgot about that bit.
Her father was a fireman, pulled her mother out of a crash or a fire or something like that. The mother had amnesia.
No, it's not Jaws, Martin Green. I told you that was good. That was the one I knew people weren't going to get.
How would that have been Jaws?
How would it? I'll give you a clue. There's no counsellors of the law on a boat in Jaws.
Very true.
Anyway. Yeah, she had the amnesia, and
then Sarah's contacted by a lawyer informing her that she's inherited an estate.
Yeah.
She's
got paperwork that needs to get signed.
She's looking to sell it off, but there's one painting, there's some red tape. She needs to go up and sort it, and
there's paperwork.
Yeah, as a result, she ends up
signing some paperwork, and the paperwork has to be dropped to a house where the lawyer's guy is supposed to come and pick it up.
In a couple of days or something.
In a couple of days or some shit like that.
Yeah. No, they have to collect something and bring it back. That was it.
No, there's forms that have to get signed.
It's a painting. There's a form attached to the
painting. There's some form that she has to sign, and it has to get dropped up to the house. And they're supposed to just drop it there as they're going to their friend's house party, where they're all going to session on for the weekend.
Except the house party gets
cancelled. Except the house party gets cancelled.
Yeah.
So they end up deciding because
we're just going to stay in the house.
We'll just stay in the house.
So Sarah,
yeah.
Sarah, her friend Barb, her kind of love interest Rico, and Barb's boyfriend, whose name escapes me, the Belgian dude, all trek up to this place.
The originator of the fry, evidently.
French fry, yes.
No, it's the Belgian fry, evidently, because Belgians invented it.
Yes.
Which I don't know if that's true or not.
I think it actually is.
Is that actually true? How did it end up in the French fry? Is it like they perfected it or something, or?
No, I believe it's the same way that for some reason English people keep claiming Irish guys when they get famous. Oh, that's great. We're going to take that. I've yet to see an Irish sports personality do well and not be claimed as an Englishman at some point.
Yeah.
So, not surprised really that Belgian fries became French fries once someone kind of went, yeah, they're great, we'll have them. And back in the day when you couldn't really take away that misinformation, the name sticks, and all of a sudden the Americans are calling chips French fries because I don't know why.
Yeah.
Anyway, getting back to the film.
That's very good. Thanks for that. That was actually very good.
Yeah.
I feel thoroughly filled in.
Getting back to the film, Sarah is informed that the only person that there is a caretaker somewhere on the grounds. There's no one really in the house. She has no intention of staying there. Hell, she was on her way out of the country. Now she's stuck here, so she's not in the best of forms. The house itself is spooky as balls, with a bunch of really disturbing-looking paintings covered in, it's your typical spooky house. You have all these portraits. They've got dust and stuff on them. They got the eyes following you everywhere. The madness. And then, of course, when Barbara and the Belgian guy decide that they're going to go upstairs and try and shag, well, that doesn't really go well because it turns out that the caretaker is knocking around and he's not a very pleasant-looking person, and he insists that they get the hell out or get off that floor at least. Or at least that's what we think he insists. He's speaking all in Italian at first because screw you English speakers.
Yeah,
he does speak English. We find that out later on.
So, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I didn't even disagree with you.
Yeah.
I'm a bit confused, actually, in relation to how he learnt English.
I think he knew English the whole time. It's just a case of screw you English people. Or screw you
No,
English
but
speakers.
he says to your one that he learned from all of the books that he has in the house.
Yeah.
But if you don't speak English anyway, how do you know the meaning behind the words in the books? Isn't it just words that you're making the sounds for?
Well, one would imagine that you start off with picture books, like any 4-year-old.
Did you,
3-year-old?
did you see picture books in that goddamn house?
I didn't exactly take a stop and pause and have a look at every single category, now did I? For all you know, there could have been Anne and Barry Go to Town buried underneath that pile.
Yeah, okay, fuck it, yeah, okay. I'll accept that. I don't know why that just stuck out for me when as I watched it. I was just like, if he learned all of his English from the books in the house, how does he know what the words mean? Unless one of them was a dictionary. Maybe he read a dictionary.
Italian-English dictionary.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Coupled with Anne and Barry Goes to Town.
You're not shopping the Anne and Barry Goes to Town thing, you don't, are you?
No, I'm not.
It's just in there now.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, they're warned, Sarah and company are warned not to go onto, I think, the top floor of the house and go into...
There's a secret room.
Yeah.
Which is obviously not that much of a secret.
It's not so much
everybody fucking knows about it.
Yeah. And of course they go in and they find all kinds of mad-ass, like, spooky cult-type stuff.
Yeah. They have a bottles of spirits upon the car because they were going to a house party, and upon drinking all of the bottles of spirits, they decided to go have a wander upstairs because at some stage while wandering around they found a room that had some bottles of Chianti, if memory serves me correctly.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. They decided to drink them.
They decided to drink them, and that's where, as they're climbing up on top of the press to acquire said bottles of Chianti, the Belgian dude, whose name eludes the both of us now.
Pablo?
Pablo doesn't sound very Belgian. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
I'll find it in a minute.
Yeah.
But anyway, do you remember, they're on top of the press, and then he falls and he ends up somehow knocking an entire fucking press or thing of shelves, and then there's a door behind it.
Yeah.
Upon which turns out to be the secret room.
Wherein they find a Ouija board. And then because, poking the bear idiocy.
You can blame the Belgian. It's literally all the Belgians' fault.
Yeah.
Actually, technically, it's all the best friend's fault for not knowing her mum and dad were going to come back early from their holidays, because otherwise they'd be at a house party.
That is very true also. Yeah.
All sipping Chiantis around a pool.
It's not the way it went though.
It did not go that way at all.
Instead they use a Ouija board, they contact the spirit, which wouldn't have been that bloody hard in that house, as it turns out.
Because it's haunted to fuck.
Yeah, well, I don't know about haunted to fuck, but it's certainly aimed at Sarah.
There's also the bit that, not just in this movie, bugs me in literally every movie involving Ouija board, where it's like, none of them have any knowledge of the workings of or how to actually use the Ouija board. My issue is, I don't know how at this stage of time. People don't know how to use it because it's been in so many movies. B, why go messing with stuff if you don't know what you're doing? Because all the Belgian guy's knowledge was, you just put your fingers on something and it'll go around if you contact someone, and then they make the stupid mistake of, who will we contact? Well, let's see if there's anyone in the house. No. Think of someone your mom. Your mom would have been a great answer, seeing as you evidently throughout the movie unveil that you have serious issues about the mummy thing that happened, that would have been a great answer.
I don't think it would have.
Would have mattered.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but I don't think it would have been a great answer.
I don't know. It does unveil for a fuckload of fun after that, though.
Yeah.
It's just it's just that thing that gets me with every Ouija board movie, where I'm just like, A, how don't you already know how to use it? And B, you must have heard enough about a Ouija board that if you don't know how to use it, that you shouldn't be trying
fuck
to use
around
it.
with a Ouija board.
Myself and Giz used the Necronomicon because we are trained professionals. Because Giz is a trained professional.
Okay.
I saw a movie once.
Yeah. Saw it more than once.
More than once.
Yeah.
The sliding Jesus, I almost peed myself. It's funny you mentioned that. That nearly happens to me anytime I do the sliding Jesus as well, to be honest.
Especially in nice, cold nether regions.
Yeah, well, it's the best way because it's warm, so it lets you kind of get more of a slide going.
Okay.
So know if I'm ever sliding at you in a slide and drop kick manner, not only are you going to get dropped to the ground, but you're also going to be covered in piss. It's like a defensive mechanism.
Disgusting, foul-smelling defensive mechanism.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, back to the film. Once idiocy ensues and people decide to fuck with a Ouija board, it's really only a matter of time before bad things start happening because you fucked with a Ouija board.
Proceed with the meat.
So people end up starting going paranoid because at the end of the day, evil forces are now at work influencing them and bringing out their darker side and poking and prodding them and tweaking up the old paranoia and getting them all narky with each other. And then before you know it, people are snapping like dry and brittle twigs and everything's gone dark and there's stuff out to get you and people are a little bit homicidal.
And some love interests that were already kindled upon arriving are falling apart, and some love interests that were possibly over and are starting to rekindle.
For a bit.
For a bit, until all
Insanity.
the wackety whack happens.
Yeah.
Because it gets... Sorry, wacky's the wrong word. It makes it sound a little bit Scooby-Doo-ish. It's not Scooby-Doo-ish by any means. Well, Scooby-Doo-ish is in a bunch of teenagers showed up to a mansion.
Where a creepy old guy is.
Where there's a creepy... Yeah, but the creepy old guy's good and...
Yeah, no.
Or is he? Because yeah.
See, Scooby-Doo. How many times did they go to a creepy house because someone decided they had been inherited a fortune?
In Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
They usually got...
Wait, no, hang on. I think I'm just thinking of the supernatural crossover.
Yeah, you were. No, don't get me wrong. There was one mansion. Or was it a haunted hotel?
There was a couple of them where Scooby-Doo had some uncle that had left him a mansion. Or some...
Scooby-Doo had an uncle that left him a mansion. Lads. Really?
He's great Uncle Doopy-Doo.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's not like Scooby-Doo.
I'm just saying that's how it happened in that.
That means 13 Ghosts is like Scooby-Doo. No. No, it isn't. And I love that movie. But I have my issues with it, but Matthew Lillard is just so goddamn good in it, man. I love that. I could watch him in an horror movie. But wait, there's more! Oh, scream, I love that. It's fucking spit everywhere. Good times.
Anyway, once again, we're not going to give you away too many details of a film that isn't really out yet.
Yes, because we're nice that way.
Yeah. But suffice to say that once the Ouija board is messed with, it is only a matter of brief moments before the paranoia starts kicking in and before the tone of the film starts going in that kind of everyone's starting to lose their mind, everyone's getting a little bit homicidal, and there is still something creepy walking around, not just influencing them, but also trying to kill them in interesting ways.
Yes.
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 So, yeah, overall, Ouija Seance, the final game, is a fun watch. There are times when the pace of the movie, unfortunately, does slow down, mainly because...
That's literally every Ouija board movie I've ever seen, though.
Yeah. It's just getting the characters to where they need to be, getting the scene set up. And
It was a bit slow for about 20 or 30 minutes, and then the last half an hour again kind of really picked up pace.
yeah, and as a result, you're kind of like sitting there. Once it does get into it, you're kind of like, okay, yeah, here we go, yeah. But yeah, apart from those pacing issues, Ouija Seance, the final game, is a decent watch. It's fun. You can sit down, put it on, enjoy it. You won't be sitting there kind of going, oh god, I wasted my time.
Good damn it.
Yeah,
no, really good. Shot really nicely. Looks really good. Really nice little score underneath a lot of the stuff as well. I'd agree with you. Tie together a nice little package. We'll do the trailer and then we'll go back and give you dates and all that for shizzle.
It shouldn't be much longer. We left the main road about 10 kilometers ago.
Hey, Marianne, yeah, we're coming. Just a couple of hours.
Okay. Oh my god.
Are we sure we're in the right place?
Your grandmother must have been a pharmacist or scientist or something.
Some strange kind of scientist.
You know what this is?
That's a Ouija board.
Okay, guys. Put your hands on top of mine.
Okay, let's just turn the lights back on. There's something dangerous in this house and in this forest. We awoke something terrible with that board.
And we're back. That's the end of Ouija.
Just briefly, apologies, Katie, for nearly making you jump out of your chair. It's not my fault if the feed decided to skip and, we went from talking normally to me shouting.
Blame Virgin.
Okay.
My internet provider.
Right, okay, that makes much more sense. I thought you forgot to sacrifice something again, and as a result, services weren't working properly.
No.
I know.
I'm up to date with all my sacrifices.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was kind of wondering there for a second. It didn't make sense, the internet thing. Anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm totally up to date on all my sacrifices.
Yeah, I know. Look at that inventory.
Or lack thereof, technically.
It's
Shelves empty. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
As I said, inventory.
Good.
So anyway, that was the trailer for Ouija Seance, the final game.
Ouija. That'd be a good one. Ouija Science.
I keep nearly saying it. Ouija Science.
Ouija Science.
Ouija Science. Instead of weird science.
Do you know where they actually try to go and paranormally investigate a Ouija Seance, but with actual science things? That'd be a cool movie. You could see this vortex open that you normally can't see. They've invented some doohickey that registers ultraviolet light, probably. It's usually shit that they use.
Electromagnetic field would be more like
whirling fucking shit coming out, and then you're like, oh, holy fuck, that's what goes on with a Ouija board. Duh. With the demons.
Sorry, I just got a mental image from a scene in a Dresden Files book. It's a tornado of souls is the best way of putting it.
Yes, that kind of vibe. That when people start contacting it, this little tornado of souls opens, but you can't see it ordinarily, but they've got the camera with the thing.
This tornado of souls was being devoured by someone in an attempt to power boost himself.
Gross. Super Saiyan.
Super necromancer.
Super Saiyan. What necromancers? Necro Saiyan.
Was he the one?
Necro Saiyan.
Sounds like a combat zone wrestler.
Necro Saiyan.
Well, they have Necro Butcher.
They shouldn't.
That man is violent.
He is highly violent. Big beard too.
Yeah. Scary.
If you want to see some real gore, look up a Necro Butcher match.
Jesus, tap dancing Christ.
Yeah.
That one with the dude and the cement block. He cracked his skull open doing a pile driver and then continued the match. I was sitting there going, holy crap.
I can see that man's skull.
Yeah!
There was white.
I'm actually getting chills down my spine just thinking about it.
I'm not desensitized like a motherfucker.
It's not bad chills. It's not crack.
I was as moved by it as the fucking cinder block. The fuck was that?
They cracked the cinder block.
Damn right.
Anyway, so
closest thing to a snuff movie you'll ever get.
Yeah.
Legally.
Those tangled web matches.
It's where they take the rings of the wrestling ring and they replace it with fuckloads of razor wire for some reason with CZW.
And
because barbed wire isn't good enough.
And then they put wooden frames on the outside of the ring, like lining on the outside with these crisscrossing webs of razor wire, and then guys go, and Jesus.
And they just throw each other into them and then they come out like Swiss cheese.
Great fun.
Real life.
Yeah.
Real life. Wrestling's fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fake that, motherfucker.
I'll tell you what,
Fake
you run
that.
face first to that razor wire there, and you tell me how fake the wrestling is.
Combat song.
And before anyone gives us a load of fucking bullshit talking, we're aware of the fakeness of the wrestling. We're not those kind of people.
Yeah, we were talking about specific
9-year-olds
points,
being the... Although 9-year-olds aren't even aware of how fake wrestling used to be. 9-year-olds get it. They've seen John Cena with his wife, not wife, possible wife. Isn't it?
Yeah.
That's about a good synopsis of it, isn't it? Or did I just ruin the entire season of Total That is there?
Ha!
You give it away in the trailer, lads. Joke's on you.
They always do.
They always do. There's a rule for life we can end on.
Yeah.
They always give it away in the trailer. Terminator.
Motherfuckers. God's damned monkey-loving sacks of crap. I'd say The Mummy as well if it didn't turn out to be a terrible film.
Right. We would get... Demented Pictures in the mix.
Hello!
Mike, okay, let's go back up here and we'll finish our messages with people.
See, Independence Day.
Well, the first part was the 1950s classic Dem.
Martin?
What are you on about? What is he on about?
I have no idea.
He's on about
the ants.
Oh, the ants. Oh, okay.
No, dude. That was
No,
just,
it's only the actual movie scenes. That was ants because Giz was talking about ants.
Yeah.
Although, good shout. I will. Yeah. I hadn't even thought of that in there. No problem, guys. Let us know. That's all okay.
Whoa. Changes. Fell trying to stand up.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh. Okay. That's nice.
Oh, okay. Pam messaged me about that, and I thought it was about his hip that he mentioned earlier. Shit, Shane, hope you're okay.
Yeah, fuck.
It's weird that out of all of the hijinks that we do, it's one of the audience that got injured.
Yeah.
This is why we were locked in a studio online, so the audience
is kept safe from us.
Shit, dude. Everyone send love Shane's way.
Yeah. Better soon.
That's a bit of a bummer to end on.
What you gonna do?
Good dance.
Okay. Never let it be said that I'm not willing to up the crazy for the sake of the show.
And for Shane's entertainment, hopefully.
And for Shane's entertainment, hopefully.
Okay, well, on that slightly more note, we're going to go check up on our friend Shane, because we're good that way. We mind our fans.
We try to.
We try to as much. And let it be known if there's ever stalkers or any of that kind of thing. We mind our fans. No worries whatsoever. The Giz and Johnny services.
Ding,
you get the gloves,
ding,
I'll get the
ding,
black bag.
Ding, 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 ding. If you're having trouble with the high school head.
I thought you were going for the AP theme tune.
No. Dirty deeds, thunder cheap. Dirty deeds.
For myself, Johnny Deadly and the Gids, you keep singing. Sing us out there.
Thunder cheap. Dirty deeds.
From Johnny Deadly and the Gids. We'll catch you on next week. You'll probably have stopped singing by then, hopefully.
Dirty deeds.
What's up, Gorecasters? Myself and the Giz here on July.
I got this. Fair enough. Looking for suggestions on what to do on July 4th? Sick of trying to fend off ants while making hot dogs and looking at...
What's up, Gorecasters? Myself and the Giz here on July...
I got this. Fair enough. Looking for suggestions on what to do on July 4th? Sick of trying to fend off ants while making hot dogs and looking at fireworks. The boys from the Gorecast got you covered. With a brand new green screen, we're going to show you the best tips on this horrible July 4th.
It's not really brand new. Anyway.
Damn it, Counselor! Damn it, say it! What was your obligation? What was your obligation to me?
This isn't really working, is it?
Yeah, no, I think we got this wrong, man. I mean, you're the one with the tattoos, the big dude, and everything like that. And here, on this July 4th, you shall go once again and fight for our freedom. Not just ours, but the freedom of everyone around the world, all of humanity. You shall go out. You shall prove that we will not die. We will not go quietly into this night. Today, we shall declare our independence. Huh. Smoke we forgot him, folks. We're fucked.
There's also a very good option for your July 4th weekend of going to watch I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Great. We're gonna know what you did last summer.
Yay. We're gonna know what you did last summer.
Screw this, man. Let's just go kill some teenagers.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Got a hook.
That's nice, but I got...
Nice.
Right.
Onwards.
Yeah.